For a guy who probably spent the latter part of his life creating magic, around the world, and we had a chance to make tribute for Paul Allen today, he might have given a little on that last kick right there. I don't know. But it was a big night for Paul and for Jody. It was great to see Jody pulling the flag up, and as you guys get to know her better, you're going to find she's a great fan. She loves this team and loves the area, and in the same fashion that Paul did, and so it was a big night for the family, and I'm so happy that we were able to get a good win and have fun with it and all that. This has been a while since we had this game and got this win over these guys. These guys have been going great, and so it is a good accomplishment for us. And I like the way we played the game. We played tough and tried to get after it on both sides of the ball. And they didn't run it for very much. They had a big reverse, and we ran the ball for 160-something, kind of the way we wanted to. So a lot of things that we hoped would happen up front kind of did. We didn't pressure them as much as we would like, but we threw it at them, though. Kenny did a great job of calling stuff tonight to give us a chance. But I think, okay, there's some general things. It's a terrific win to win late and all that. But there was some stuff that was really amazing tonight. I thought Russell played one of the best games I've ever seen him play. I just have never seen him have so much, speaking of magic, in him. All of the plays that he came up with his legs, running for one, but also not just to get out of trouble, but to find the receivers and make the throws, just one after another, after another, after another. The extraordinary play to lock, and honestly, I still haven't seen it. I didn't get a chance to see it yet. Everybody's just raving like it's one of the best catches they've ever seen, but it also is one of the best throws that's ever been made, if that's the case, because there was just there was no room for error. But I just thought Russ just stole the show tonight. He just did so much, and it's really kind of on top of what he's done to start the season off in a great fashion. So really fired up for him and for our team, and our guys were really excited to just be able to cheer for him and in that way tonight. Chris played another beautiful football game, running the ball, so tough and physical, and made everybody's heart drop on the touchdown catch that Russ hit him in the corner over there, but came through. And I thought that was another great performance for him to get us in the mode and the style that we want to play in, and I really felt it tonight again, which was great. Locke had a great play. DK's touchdown play was exquisite. We'd like to. You say, why don't we just keep doing that? We'd like to, but to have that kind of striking power is we're very fortunate, and it was great for DK. I also loved the play that David Moore put in the end zone. I mean, there was no chance they were going to tackle him. When he got the ball in that kind of space, it was a beautiful job there. So a lot of really good stuff. I think we should mention, too, Jamarco Jones, we went in this game, has not played very much football for us. And against, he's playing guard, and there's that, one of the best players in football across from him, and to hang in there and play a good football game and put it together and survive it was a beautiful performance for him. It's exactly what you hope happened as a staff, that your guys step up, and when it's their time, they get the call, they go in and get the job done. So I was really, really proud of Jamarco's effort tonight. Fluke got a hamstring early in the game. Can you imagine how big that hamstring is? I don't know. I can't even imagine. But so I don't know. That might take him months. I don't know to get back. It's not that bad, but it's still a huge hamstring. So there's on the other side of the ball, I thought there was a great play. I don't know this one either. I thought Bobby yanked the ball out. I'm not sure if that's what happened. You guys probably saw it better than I did. It might be J.D. Clowney pulled the ball out, but it was a great play. It's exactly how we hoped to have it happen, and to take the ball off him like that. But the way play I'm waiting to talk about is Tedrick's. I mean, what a moment for everybody sitting in the stands to see that happen and to watch it, and then the build up, and then the replay, and then the challenge and all that kind of stuff. At that moment was just a spectacular play and moment right there. I thought I was happy to be around it. I got to see that one. So it was a really good night for us, and then we had a great time playing football in front of the fans. The fans were awesome, and right down the stretch they were doing it and going for it. I wish we'd have answered a little bit quicker, with not giving them that last chance, but it worked out for the win, and so we'll take that. Our guys get a couple days off here, and then we'll come back and get rolling on Monday.
You're moving pretty good down the sideline there after the missed kick. How much fun are you having in those moments with the team?
Yeah, I showed a little quickness.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I'm not going to say still got it, but because I don't. But Yeah, this is such a good team to be coaching. I'm telling you, it's just it's a fantastic bunch, and the leadership continues to keep these guys in check and keeps guiding them, and the younger players listen and they care what the guys think about what they're doing, and they're able to change and guide us through this, and so I'm really proud of just the mix. I've been telling you this for a long time. It's been really obvious that this is a tremendous chemistry for us, and we're just learning how to put it all together, and I know I'll stop saying that pretty soon here because it'll be too far into the season, but I just feel like we're still growing together, and we need these experiences. We need big challenges like this and come through, and you hang forever and you make things happen. It just makes you so much stronger mentally and in a connected way, and it gives us a chance to keep getting better and continue to find ways to do positive, good things. So it's a blast. Yeah, it couldn't be more fun. So I'm thrilled to be coaching them.
What did you like most about Russell's night?
I can't even remember all those plays. There were so many plays. I'm thinking, Russ, get down. And all of a sudden, he pops out, and he's still going. Everybody's starting all over again. And then he finds somebody, and we make a 20-yard play. It must have happened 5 or 6 times tonight. And the touchdown to Locke, the touchdown to Chris. There's so many huge plays. The pass to Rashad up the sidelines. The great throw and catch. The disc gets on his play going up the sidelines. I just thought he was spectacular. I don't remember him being that thoroughly in a game in really difficult situations. It wasn't just a classic in the pocket throw the football. He was having to create and do stuff all night long. And I just thought this play was exquisite. I thought it was awesome.
On the challenge flag with Thompson, how definitive was the read you were getting from your staff upstairs? And then have you thrown a flag farther than you threw that one?
I don't know. It went up there for a bit. I wanted to make sure I got all of it. Yeah, the guys upstairs were going crazy. They first said, no, he caught that ball, and then I got to look at it on the big screen, and then I was, assured that, that we had a great shot to get it. I was trying to think, why would they not give it to us, because it just looked so amazing the way it happened. So we just had to kind of ride it out and wait for it, and it was a great moment.
He's kind of had a start and stop career so far. What can that do for him, a play like that and the stakes that they were in the time?
I don't know if I agree with you with that, Greg. Start and stop it. He's learned how to play football. He's a young kid playing and trying to get it together and play really solid. And he's so mindful of all the stuff that we do, and he's trying to do things right. He's really bright and sharp and in control of a lot of stuff. And I just think he continues to get better. And it takes a while, And he's I think he's doing fine.
Does Al Woods get your MVP for the stops on the goal line?
What a great stop on the goal line. God, I didn't tell those guys in the locker room. What a great tackle. Replayed again to get the 2 points overturned. That was a fantastic play. Thanks for reminding me.
You're an optimistic guy, but what are you thinking as Greg Zuerlein lines up for that one? I mean, there's a whole game kind of flashes before there's kind of 10 seconds as he's lining up.
The thought that goes through, I have a thought, that they still got to snap it, and they got to put it down the ground, and they got to kick it, and it's got to go through. And there's a lot of stuff still has to happen. And so that's exactly the source of the optimism, and it reminds me the time I never forget it was the Minnesota game when that was the clearest moment I ever had in that vein. It was windy and frozen and all the rest too. We had a lot of things going for us there. But that's basically what I'm thinking. I'm just holding a good thought as long as we can.
Dixon punt that Ugo down at the 1, hit him deep and then get a short field, get a touchdown. Just how much can special teams?
Yeah, that was a great play, and by Ugo too. To Marty to just looks so poised. He just looks like a playmaker. He just makes great decisions. Has a fantastic kick, of course, but a great finish. For Ugo too. And it did set things up. You saw us. We almost hit him in the backfield, and we're trying to get him in the end zone, and we're going for it. And it did set up the short punt, and away we go.
Was your decision to not go for it on 4th down in the first half influenced by what happened against the Saints a couple weeks ago?
I was just thinking we're going to win the football game, so keep making the decisions that know that you're going to win the football game instead of trying to go desperate or something. And the thing I just figured Jay's going to kick it in because he's such a good kicker, and unfortunately it didn't go. They missed their field goal, we missed our field goal. But fortunately it wasn't the end of the game there.
Chris Carson's night, what'd you think of that?
I loved his night. I thought he was so physical again. I mean, it was just like it just took off where he finished last week. He's so physical and such a determined player. Isn't it great we didn't give up on him? Wouldn't that have been crazy? Holy cow. Oh, sit him down and, don't let him play. BS to that, man. He's a ball player, and I'm just thrilled that he's been able to answer the call and come back and be the stud that he is. And I thought he played great tonight.
How hard is that to do? 4 days later, I mean, he had 100 yards last. I guess just the physical toll.
It's almost like you get 250 yards in a week. Yeah. Yeah, and it didn't skip a beat. He came out of the other game great. He came out of this game feeling good too. Just fortunate. Fine job though.
The third down, last possession, Wilson winds up with the option pitch to Lockett. What was that about?
Oh, razzle dazzle. A little. Didn't quite work out like we had planned, but we had a play that gave us a chance for us to make something happen. If it looked like everybody jumped on Chris, and Russ read that properly, and he came out and he was trying to duck up, and he just didn't quite get it done. So he had to flip it out there in kind of desperation. But when you have players like that, and the reason that Tyler's there because he's such a great football player, the two of those guys may figure that kind of stuff out. When everything's breaking loose. So that's why we believe in those guys.
Do you feel like you saw something on that Cook's reception to challenge, or are you just kind of taking a shot and hoping for the best?
The one up the sidelines?
Yeah.
Well, he had his hand right in the middle of his chest, and he shoved him away. So that's. But in this element we're in about trying to figure those calls out, it wasn't obvious enough. That's why I'm sure that's what they'll say. It wasn't obvious enough. He shoved him, but it wasn't obvious enough, and to make them overturn the situation. So, and I was also asking them to look at did he catch it too, because the ball did come out, which he did, and I think they. Under these circumstances, under the rules and the kind of the guidelines we're going by, they called it pretty consistently.
You challenged both at the same time, though, just to be clear.
Yeah, they actually look at the whole play, and so they have a chance. We were just talking that way about that.
Pete, when the dust settles, will you show the Brandon Jackson tackle on Woods on the bubble screen where he runs from the center of the formation there in the red zone and as a hustle play and an example play?
We never miss those. We never miss those. The big guys running is one of the great elements of our program that we always herald, and we can't wait to put that on there for him.
How big a play was that ultimately? He looked like he had room in front of him.
Yeah. Well, it was just one of so many. It was a spectacular play at the time, yeah.
When you have a runner like Chris Carson who seemingly gets stronger as the game goes on, is that a mentality or more physical conditioning kind of thing?
That's a common trait that has been recognized for years of great runners, really. The more they run, the better they get. And they get out of their head and they become more instinctive as the game goes on, and they just create things that wouldn't happen maybe earlier in the game or otherwise, And I've just been in love with the way Chris runs forever, since we first got our eyes on him, way back when, thinking that, that big 32 just looks really sweet when he's rumbling, so. He certainly did do exactly what you're saying.
Does this look like a touchdown hamstring injury for Fluker?
I don't know. I was just making fun of the size of his hamstring because I think it's about like this.
On the touchdown to Tyler, from your vantage point, did you think Russ was throwing that away?
No, you come on. He exactly what he was doing.
As good as he's been for as long as he's been, have you seen him refine his game this year? And was that a conscious thing that you maybe have discussed with him in the offseason? Because it seems like he's playing at a different level.
It's just part of the process of just growing, and maturing. And it just takes a really long time to command this game. And guys can go out there and look really good and do stuff, but to really own the game, it takes a long time. And obviously, you've been watching it. We've all been watching it happen. He's been great ever since he got here, but he's the best he's ever been. And this is the culmination of all of his years and experience, his unbelievable attitude, and now you see him working so well with Shadi and communicating well with his coaches and communicating with his players too. I mean, he made a number of checks tonight in situations and got us first downs that were, he had to, have the guts to go ahead and do that, and change the call to fix it, and he did some great things. So he has as much freedom as he's ever had because he's the best he's ever been for us, and so now we got to come back and play good this next week.
He was pretty emotional after the game. Did you catch that?
No, not particularly. It was kind of like always emotional. But when I see him, when we get the hugs and all that kind of stuff, it was important. It was important to him. He knew he knew he was significant tonight, and he was really excited about that.
How did you feel about the secondary play tonight?
I thought we did fine. The stuff all got caught underneath us and in between us. We didn't get beat downfield other than the one on Shaq, we got a lot done that we wanted to get done, and they did change. They changed the way they played tonight. It's the first time they played like this so completely, and you'll figure out how that's different. But we just didn't get off the field enough times. We had a good night, third downs. We're 3 for 11, but there was a couple big ones in there.
Pete, have you been playing Jamarco Jones a lot at guard at practices?
He's been preparing to do this. Yeah, no, not a lot because he's playing tackle all the time too. So he's been splitting time. But that's a great illustration of him. He's a guy that the coaches have loved from the start. He's really smart and really responsible, and he really tries to do things right. And that's what he did. And he got the job done in fantastic fashion.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.